Good evening, Wise Solid speaking. All praises to the horizon. Hopefully everyone's in good spirits. I want to do this deep video this evening explaining psychological justifications, self-inflicting oppressions. And so if you're black, you're definitely suffering from this. If you're another race, I suppose you are as well. Peace and wisdom, Joshua Hall, LJ, and everyone else. Now, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and visit the website when you get a chance. Check out the services, merchandise, and lecture magazines I have. What's going on, R Junior? Now, you have the strong, and they have their attributes. You have the weak, and they have their attributes. The strong is more straightforward in their ways, more self-oriented. The weak more clingy in their ways, more self-avoiding. Now, when an individual becomes weak or broken, this is when the psychological justifications kick in. This is when the person starts to see things from a defeated perspective. As I said, cowardice and weakness is contagious. And so I'm trying to do this video to let you guys see we live in a broken, minded, defeated, spirited society. And so this is what's going to be spread. This may be what influences you. Meaning everybody's getting weakened out mentally. And so I want to explain this to you guys. It's very important. Now, you guys all heard the phrases narcissistic, psychopath, egotistical. These are labels to help the weak cope with themselves. I'm going to say that again. In today's times, we've all heard these labels: narcissistic, ego, psychopath, whatever. These are all labels to help the weak cope with themselves, being the lesser. Meaning when you become weak, the mind games start to play on the self. You start to justify your weakness in the psyche. So if a person is stronger than you are, saying they are a narcissist, but you're only saying that because you're on the weaker end of it, meaning you're defeated in yourself, not being able to cope with that. You say this person is narcissistic, and you try to make strong look bad. This happens in today's times with poverty. Some of you guys are poor, so you try to make the opposite look bad. You get my point? It's a psychological mind game that one plays on the self to cope with the conditions or the results of the thing. Many are guilty of this. I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a psychopath or a serial killer. Kills a lot of people. If you take that serial killer and you put him in a gang infested neighborhood where he can see for himself, man, these young boys will shoot each other in the head at a drop of a dime. They don't care. They'll do me the same way. You think the serial killer will be the serial killer in that environment? No. He's the weak now in that environment. He's gonna do the psychological thing to himself. Get it? Say, man, there's something wrong with them. They what he is, just stronger. Get it? Now, if you're somebody weaker than the serial killer or the serial killer scares you, you know you're not going to do anything about it. So you get it? Say, man, there's something wrong with him. He's a serial killer. The only thing wrong with him is that you are weak. Some of y'all are strong. If I say, yo, man, a serial killer live in your neighborhood, you can say, I wouldn't care. You better keep that dumb shit where you keep it at. And that's really what you mean and how you feel about it. You like, if he come over here with that shit, he gonna die. I don't even play like that. I wouldn't care what he is. Like that. Some of y'all can't even fathom that. You like, nah, everybody would be scared of a serial killer. Man, them dudes in the neighborhood selling dope and I don't care about no stupid white man. You get it? That don't mean nothing to them. And so you gotta grasp it's a matter of if you are weaker than the thing you're speaking of. Egotistical, same thing. If I say I'm the wisest man alive, so you guys can't combat that. So you say he has an ego, but ego don't count in competition, not in those discussions. If I say I'm better than you at basketball, we're talking about a competition. You can't say I got an ego because you don't measure up in that thing. Now, true ego is when somebody think they're better than someone, period. Just cause. Like, I'm better than you because I am. That part. That don't have nothing to do with competition. You get my point? And so I'm giving y'all an example. When a person falls on the lesser end of a thing and can't cope, their psyche begins to play a trick on themselves. Of course, most are not aware, so they can't stop it from happening. This is what pushes them further down into their weakness, where they become accepting of it and almost the defender of this weakness. The mind begins to play tricks on the self and try and grasp. Some of y'all may say, no, there are narcissistic people that are controlling. You only notice because you are the weaker on the weaker end of it. You get my point? There's somebody that bullies them, and you're not going to get them to grasp that that person is narcissistic. They're going to say, no, they're a sweetheart. I'll be bullying them. You're not even tough like that. Like that. If you're weak, so you say, no, narcissistic really is real. If it's real, when does it stop or start and end? You get my point? Example, I have ego, right? You say, like, Silas has ego. I am not the pinnacles of what ego is, and I'm not the bottoms of what ego is. Everybody has ego. It all just depends on what you're speaking of and where they fall in the matter. And so if a person is right about someone having an ego, then how come that's the actual matter of the thing? That part. Because there's no such thing as ego. It's no such thing as narcissistic. There's a such thing as falling, as being weak. You get my point? And this is something that a coward can't accept. Nobody can accept weakness. And so the mind will play the psychological games. If I'm lying, what's the cure for a narcissist? Meaning, if you have a problem with somebody and they're a narcissist, what's the fix for that problem you have? That part. Don't let them control you. Be stronger. Again, it don't exist. It's just a psychological mind game that the weak play on themselves to justify being weak. It helps them able to cope with what they wouldn't be able to otherwise. Are you guys following? I don't know if this is too deep. A lot of you guys fit the shoes of these things. Like I said, this is for the defeated. So you fall on the weak side of things. You've played these psychological games on yourself to where you can't even see it anymore. You say like, nah, Salah's tripping. There are people with ego, and there is people that's narcissistic. I've never noticed. Never heard me say, man, that person's narcissistic. Whoever bully y'all will never bully me. You get my point? I don't know how to explain that to a weaker person. Like, whatever problems you have, I would never have because I refuse. You get it? Mind games. The strong has their attributes. This is the physical acts of whatever it is they want to do. Their mind is more focused on itself, more self-oriented. They gonna do them. They gonna pay attention to them. If they being opposed or oppressed in any way, they gonna put the analysis on self and adjust. And you get it? They refuse. When you're dealing with the weak, they have their attributes. Their attributes being these mind games. It's meant for others, but it usually affects them. So most of y'all have truly forgotten, like, no, solids don't have an ego. We just don't like when he say he wiser than us and we can't do nothing about it. Outside of those discussions, the fuck does his ego got anything to do with anything then? You get my point? Meaning y'all don't know me outside of that. Y'all don't know me outside of wisdom. So it could only ever be a matter of that. But the mind games go deep. Now, if one of you guys could challenge me and say, no, I couldn't beat him in wisdom, that part, you'd overlook my ego so fast and say, I'm gonna step up and handle this. But that ain't the case. And so, this is how the weak handle, you get it? They play the mind game. Like I said, it's supposed to be against the opposite, the strong. But it usually play off on their own self, where they stay weak. You get my point? And so try to be mindful of these things. A lot of y'all fall victim. Peace and wisdom, Katrina, sweet tea, thick star, kind. Be mindful. A lot of people fall into these things. Others become influenced by these things. The weak is going to try and convince. It's manipulation. Meaning when you're dealing with the psychological mind games that the weak play on themselves, it's projected out in manipulating tongue, antagonizing tongue. You get my point? So let's say one of you guys are weak, someone stronger, but you want to enforce your will on them, or you want to make them go with whatever you say. You can't physically do it. Mentally either, meaning you can't manipulate them and you can't force them. Psychological mind games. So what you're gonna do is say, man, they're a narcissist. But where does the line stop and start? Meaning, The accuser is a narcissist too. Right? Right? That part. You want things to be your way, but they're not. It's like being the loser and you want to be the winner. So now the winner's guilty of whatever you say. You say they're showboating. So now they're guilty of that. You make winning and all that goes with it look evil. Say, I lost, but look how he's showboating. Boo hoo 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 hoo. Then others come around and say, yeah, that's not right. I lost before. You get it? It's a mind game. But usually the person doing it, they fall into it. They kind of forget. I just mad because I lost. I was just weak at the moment. Then you stay there. It becomes large groups and piles of weak influence, weak contagion. See, this goes all the way back to slavery. Slave was the weak. A slave was on the weak end of things. So the slave began to play psychological mind games on the self, justifying the conditions for the self. Here we are 500 years later, the descendants of slaves. Y'all say we oppressed. White man got his foot on our neck. They've been like this for so long. But here's the truth. That's a psychological mind game. Black people not oppressed. Black people don't work together. They kill each other. They find people to blame. The cops is killing us. The white man is killing us. They slaughtering themselves. They can't accept it. They're weak. So they say like, no, they did it. Let's go back to the beginnings of slavery. They don't want to work together. A knucklehead nigga don't want to work with his brother. He opposes his own brother. He blames him. He say, no, I ain't do it. They pull a cane on the nigga. I ain't kill Abel. The bull did it. Like that. Then when people exploit your sloppy, chaotic ways, you know, they oppressing us. We under oppression. Black people have self-inflicting oppression, meaning they have oppressed themselves all this time and continue to. And then they blame others. Unless you about to tell me police kill black people more than black people. Unless you about to tell me colonizers killed more Indians than Indian tribes, nigga. They killing each other. They bugging. I don't know what to tell you. Like that. Black people kill each other, meaning they oppress themselves, but there's truly no such thing. That wouldn't really make sense. To complain about what you do to your own self. Shoot myself in the head, I can't be like, damn, I'm oppressed. Nigga, you doing that to your own self. It don't really hold no merit. It sound dumb. So you say, no, they shoot me. Somebody else is doing it. The self justifying to the self for the bullshit the self do. So this shit go deep. Y'all have to grasp. Hopefully y'all do. Like I said, this start from slavery. Like I said, weak is contagious. This is passed down through the generations. Big mama say, watch your pride, watch your ego. But she say that because your ass might get your back whipped out, your foot cut off, your balls cut off. So she say, watch your ego, act like you less than you are. Y'all carry that shit over now. Y'all see a nice, smooth, old man like myself. You know, I'm the smoothest nigga y'all ever see. You know, a lot of y'all don't realize y'all watching me turn into a man right before y'all eyes. And I'm smooth and it's good, like aged wine. And y'all growing into withered up, crusty ass flowers. You know? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud. Let's get back to the video. Now, where was I at? Cat Daddy, smooth Silas. Y'all gonna have to start calling me that. So, remember how Silas used to curse niggas out? Yeah. Almost a decade went by. This nigga's an old man now. He's smooth now. Like, he still curse niggas out, but it's smooth. Everything's smooth now. Everything's smoothed out. Like, so it's like I told y'all in the past. Y'all not messing up my childhood. Everybody gets old. Like, however y'all want me to be, it's gonna happen when I get old, but I ain't rushing. That's y'all problem, not mine. Like, I gotta be 30, 35, 39. I'm not gonna be acting like I'm 50. In all well mannered when I'm at unwell mannered age. Like, sorry. I have to enjoy all of that. Like, foul tongueness is a part of growth. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I have to use all my excuses. Like, kids know they ain't supposed to do wrong, but they know they gotta use it as an excuse. Everybody got their credits. They be talking in life. You think a kid dumb and don't know what he ain't supposed to do? But he know, like, nah, my parents responsible for me. So at the end of the day, shit gonna fall on their head. You have little kids having these discussions. They say to one another, come on, we could just rob this store if you get caught. They just gonna call your mother. It's the one badass kid telling the other kid. I mean, he already know, like, yeah, I know I ain't supposed to do wrong, but I can, because I'm a kid. So you're gonna exploit it. And so every generation or every decade of age, you have exploitation periods where you could just charge it to your age. Like, nah, I'm just dumb and young-minded. Ain't nobody stupid. Everybody become a genius at 8. 8-year-old Sydney, he know everything. So you say, how much stuff can I unlearn? How much stuff can I play stupid on? So the 8-year-old, he said, man, I still believe in Santa Claus a little bit because I want to get my presents. I'll go with Christmas. I don't fucking know, like, whatever. Like that. Everybody a genius. Everybody playing dumb. We think everybody's seeking wisdom. No, everybody's seeking the way to play dumb and get away with it. Y'all hate me because I catch y'all. I say, no, 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 he ain't stupid, play dumb. No, 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 he ain't stupid, him play dumb. Just like that. Him play dumb. That's the light on y'all. Y'all say, no, oh, shut up, Solid, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know. I know you got caught. So it's deep. Y'all have to grasp. Use your stuff while you can because you're gonna get old. Then you're not gonna have any excuses. Like, so I'm pulling up on that age where there's no more excuses for me. So I'm getting it together. I'm smoothing it out. It's a deep thing. It's a deep thing. Salam, shalom. Khan said, "You are the only one I've ever seen worthy of title elder." Yeah, I'm growing into a nice elder. I was thinking that the other day. So yeah, I'm going into a nice. We all think when we gonna get old, we gonna get like, I don't know how to explain it. Like lose our step and shit. So I was like, damn, I'm an old nigga now. Like, I got a grand and shit. But I'm like I'm my own grown nigga. Like, it's smooth. Like, it works out. How it works out. So, y'all keep these things in mind. Y'all gonna get old too. So, the least influence you let yourself be, so how you gonna grow into the smooth, well-rounded person you want to be, male or female. You get my point? We become influenced. You got people my age. They try to fit in with y'all. Then they see me, they say, damn, yeah, I could have been like Silas. Because I know all of that shit he talking too. Meaning like swag-wise. But it's a matter of that. I'm gonna fit in with the young. I said, I'm just gonna be me. Like, I don't want to be young no more. They missed it. Ain't my problem. You missed me when I was 20. I was mad real, my nigga, but you missed it. So, I don't know what to tell you. And so, most old people got to learn that. They ain't got to never feel bad to tell a young nigga, listen, man, I ain't young no more. You missed it. That's your problem. Everybody else seen me young. You just did. You gotta make them feel dumb when they call you old nigga. You old. Yeah, motherfucker, you young. You missed when I was young. You the only bozo around the neighborhood that didn't see me young. Everybody else did. You're not even cool. Like, I make a young nigga feel horrible. You're not even cool, my nigga. You mad fresh meat out here. You like tuna fish. Better shut up, my nigga, for somebody put something in your butt. Like, it's dangerous out here, baby. Dangerous out here, baby. You better wash your mouth. You better wash your mouth over with soap, cold blooded. Now, where was I at? We were speaking about psychological games that the weak play on themselves. Of course, this, I'm sorry if my shirt is a little wrinkle and shit. Never put a cotton wife beater, that's a tank top, whatever y'all call it. Never put one of those under silk. I don't know why I did that. That's when my shirt won't fall down. The cheap ass. Oh yeah, this is silk. That's why it shines like that. It feels nice, you know, especially in the wintertime. It feels real good on the skin. My drawers is silk too. I shave my balls like smooth eggs, boiled eggs, like Dave Chappelle said. You know, put silk boxers on. It's nice. Whoa, it's so smooth and slippery. I call it the violin. My balls just rubbing against. It's deep. Don't worry about it. Where was that? Slavery. Slavery. And oppressions. Black people making up excuses for their self-inflicting oppressions. Now you gonna have the black people, they gonna say like this. Silas got a problem with black people. He hate black, he hate his own. How I hate my own, cause I'm telling y'all, y'all kill each other and y'all stupid. That part. How I hate my own. You don't talk about no other race, cause I ain't no other race, and nigga, why do I care? That's like talking about the next household. I don't live there, nigga, fuck you. I'm talking about you. You fucked up the package, man. Not them. Sometimes my mind go, hold on, black, you fucked that pack up. Nobody else. Tell your whole big A. You say you ain't had the money, well, I gave you another big A. 250. You only 250. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. Don't worry about it. Big Star says Silas, you speaking it loud, bro. Hopefully y'all grasping though. This is how the mind games go. The people guilty. You know, with black people, if they ain't killing each other, they tearing each other down with negative talk. Yeah. So they want every avenue they can have. You know my point? So if you talking against the young niggas that's killing each other, so then you got the old niggas, they like to tear niggas down. These old low life black niggas. You know, these niggas ain't shit. So they like, damn, it's gonna scoot on up here next. We ain't gonna be able to tear down. This is what y'all call like gatekeepers. Old greasy ass niggas that been around for a while, so they got like leniency and leeway and shit. You get my point? These low lifes, they want to have a lane to tear down their own, block opportunity, all kind of weird shit. So everybody that's black seem to want to hold on to the little power they got. The power is afflicting their own in some way, but they want to be able to do it. Then turn around and say, no, we oppressed. Let's go get picket signs and fight this oppression. Then you a young black man, you say, damn man, this shit been happening for so long, I wonder why we can't stop it. Cause ain't nothing happening. Black people do their own dumb shit to each other, then they just blame other people so they don't have to deal with they self. It's a kid mind perspective, weak shit. When you've been defeated by your own self. You don't want to do nothing about it though. It's like being a bum laying on the floor. You don't want to get up and raise yourself back up, so you start making excuses. No, it's a fire happening. If I stand up, that smoke rise. If you don't shut the fuck up, you just a lazy bum. Psychological mind games the weak play on themselves. Try not to get lost into that. Meaning psychology only got to do with the weak. Ways to help the weak cope with, being defeated. I'll say I gotta go see my psychologist. You gotta go see a defeated coach. You finished. You defeated. You need excuses for yourself. You say, no, I have bipolar. Ain't shit wrong with you. You just a goddamn fool and you need to snap the fuck out of it. Only reason you're bipolar because you got people labeling you bipolar and making excuses for you. You co-work a fucking mental problem out of nigga. I've seen it. How does a nigga get into mental problems? Something happens with the mind, usually a trauma. Nigga can get beat up and fall into a mental. You get it? Okay. You could beat a nigga out that shit. Trying to tell you, man. Trying to tell you. You ever see the crazy nigga acting like he crazy walking around and shit? He not crazy. Scared to death playing dumb fucking games. That's how you get people away from you. But when them gangsters, why those niggas never have problems with like gangsters? You telling me the crazy man, he in the ghettos begging for change and all kind of shit, but he don't ever have this problem where he kind of just wandered into one of the gang infested areas acting stupid. He's smart enough to know, I don't know over there, fuck that, they crazy. How the crazy man know who crazy and who ain't? That part. Everything is fake. Y'all in the rabbit hole. You live in a society where they will make excuses for you. Say like, you don't want to sit still in class so you have ADHD. When I was growing up, wasn't no ADHD. You was gonna fucking listen and that's the end of the story. You can play all dumb all you want. You could try to get checks out the government all you want, nigga. I bet you listen. That part. All my cousins half retarded. But not in the household. On paper they slow. Not in the household. They know how to do everything in the household. I forgot they slow. Why? That part. That shit made believe, nigga. It's how you get a check. Black people forgot that. Y'all fell into it. I said, no. This all started with black people trying to get checks. That's the subject. Are y'all listening? Because this shit is true. Like, I have family members. I've watched this shaped and formed. I've watched my cousin just be bad and them shape and form it where he's slow to get a check, but he wasn't. There wasn't nothing wrong with him. There was no ADHD back then. He had to act like he was really retarded. Then I seen him make ADHD up, meaning the phrase. I seen when they made it up. It's new. I know hella niggas back in the day had SSI wasn't for ADHD because that didn't even exist. That came out with like Noriega and shit. I was listening to the firm. He was like, yeah, they got that. What's that? We got that shit too. I told you stupid and weak is contagious. Listening to I'm leaving. The firm in Noriega, so I like that nigga. So whatever he had, I had it. He said, yeah, ADHD. I told him I got ADHD, blood. What you talking about? They say, what's that? I just played a firm for them. Like, listen to this song, my nigga. Same shit Nori got. I got it from him. I thought it was like some shit you. I met this nigga Nori. I caught it from him, blood. This shit is lit. I'm about to be on. Like, you get ADHD, you get a record deal. My nigga DMX got it too. Everybody, you better get this shit. I was done real back in the day. I knew everything. Like, I was ahead of the curve, my nigga. I tell everybody, man, you better get this ADHD, my nigga. Why they giving niggas checks for this shit, blood? You know what I'm saying? They say, you get one now, you know what I'm saying? I move my little product to everybody that got it. I help them get the check, and I say, work, baby, because I don't make money like that. We gonna get ready like that, you know what I'm saying? I say it's all together, like cobwebs, baby. Big will see it. I don't tell you, like, it'll just be smooth like that. Everybody eating, niggas get their checks, like, somehow black people forgot that they did all of this stuff. They like, no, I really got ADHD. I'm really retarded. Ain't nothing wrong with y'all. If R. Kelly could make an excuse for himself liking young girls, you feel me? Y'all got to grasp this is real. He said if you ain't ADHD, you wasn't popping for real. You gotta tell a nigga. When you dealing with kids 16, 17, man, niggas was barking when DMX came out. Kids are stupid. It doesn't matter how smart the kid is. Some of y'all real smart, but when you was a teen, you was stupider than me. I was stupid as a kid. I don't mind saying it. As dumb as they come. Like, I knew everything I was supposed to know, but that's what make kids stupid. They know the right thing to do, but they don't do it. Like, it's not that they don't know what make them stupid. It's that they know and just. Well, you have to say like, "What's wrong with you?" I know you know. Are you dumb? So you just learn as you go. Like life ain't about getting smart. It's just like about getting more discipline. You know, doing the right thing. When you were a kid, this is your stupidity. You don't never seem to make the right choice, even though you know which one was the right choice. But you like, I'm gonna just play on my kid time like I didn't know better because I'm a kid. So we've all been there, we've all done it. Some of y'all are there now doing it. Peace and wisdom, Thomas, man. Thank you for the gift back. R Junior as well. And Jimmy Infinity. Now, if y'all have any questions, y'all can ask. The main point of this video is I want you guys to grasp once you begin to play the psychological mind games on the self, and in the beginnings, you guys realize y'all are doing it. But at some point, you guys get lost. You include others into this mind game you play. You know, other weak people, y'all become what pulls each other down into weakness. So, you start there. Narcissistic, egotistical. These are all psychological mind games created by the weak mind, meaning those who don't measure up or can't accept or cope with, you know, not measuring up to the thing. If a person is narcissistic, this just means you're weak because there's always two sides of a coin. Meaning, if a person is extremely controllable, you're extremely weak because someone who wasn't extremely weak would bump heads with them. It wouldn't work. And so you know what you are from what you notice. You get my point? There's nothing to analyze and judge about another person except if they fair and have morals or not. You get my point? Outside of that, all analysis and judgment is for the self. When you begin to judge out, you have to remember this judgment was given to you for you. Most people don't want to deal with themselves, so they take that judgment that was given to them for them on others. Critiquing others, analyzing others, basically fixing others up, not themselves. That judgment was for you. You give it out. And so usually whatever a person is judging the person of, they are. You get my point? They either the thing or the extreme opposite, which is the same, the polar opposite. And so if someone's narcissistic to you, it's because you're whatever the reverse of that is. Meaning you're negative narcissistic, like weak. And so life is about becoming strong. If someone is narcissistic, they're the steel to sharpen your blade. And you better use them as that, and you better make yourself strong. You get my point? Can't nothing be conquered. Your fears either. You don't ever let yourself become a lesser where you just accept it, where you start talking weird stuff. You don't let me be the wisest person on the planet. You do something about it. You don't sit around crying defeated, talking about he got ego. Nobody gonna care about that. Only losers. Some of y'all so much losers, y'all say, man, he just trying to justify he got ego. Don't nobody gotta justify that they got ego or not, because ain't nothing you could do about it. But say he got ego. That's the extremes of what you can do because you're weak, like I said. But I'm not your op. I respect weak. I was butt naked when I was born in jelly like I was weak. Strong up. Strengthen up. So grasp. There's nothing to justify in an ego. It's like I said, everybody has ego. Everybody is narcissist. Everybody is everything to whatever falls beneath them. Meaning if a thing is weaker, then it has this psychological justification thing that it goes through, meaning the weak thing. And it convinces itself and tries to convince others that the thing that is stronger than it is bad or not right or something of that nature, instead of just dealing with the matter at hand, which is you're the weak link in a situation. You have to get strong. You get my point? If you're weak and a person's strong or controlling over you, when you say they're narcissistic, you're only going to attract other weak people. Nobody's strong on view your perspective. They might bully that person. They're not never going to see your point. You're attracting other people that's like-minded, meaning defeated and weak. And so y'all going to all sit around together in the crowd, pulling each other into weakness more and more. Just justifying the dumbest things y'all can. This person's narcissistic. This person has an ego. And I'm an empath. And all of this stupid stuff, and ain't none of that nothing. That's the scrambled mind games that the weak play on themselves, and this is the end result of it. Self-judgment becomes outer judgment, and it's over from there. Y'all sitting around analyzing everything like y'all psychologists, y'all not. Y'all just disturbed inside and can't cope with that, and so psychological mind games. Now y'all great psychologists and y'all know how to analyze people. That part. You're just running from the self. And so kind of grass is a very deep thing. Big Lucia. Can I get a one or something put up if y'all following? Eggnog. Dom Perignon. I'm lying. I know I got to piss the haters off. They want it. I gotta give them what they want. Dom P with the eggnog, cause I'm Big Lucia, baby. That's that. Like, just eat out your heart. I got a fork for you if you need it. I'll help you. Give me some of that heart. I'll help you eat your own heart out. Because you got to go. You a hater. Your heart's bad. Your shit's heavier than a feather. You don't deserve to live. You don't deserve an afterlife. Just go to the abyss. Like, just send him to his dark mind. Like, unconscious. You don't get to experience none of the rest. It's just send you to your dark space because you ain't right. It's a deep thing. By the time this man put up one. Peace and wisdom. And so hopefully you guys grasp. The weak is the reason for all the weird and strange things y'all see occurring in terms of like antagonizing and the high levels of envy and nitpicking and strange. You get it? Like I said, weak is contagious. It's easier to be weak. So you get my point? It's contagious. Most of y'all have been groomed to be weak. Y'all are playing psychological mind games on the self right now for other situations. It's becoming your antagonist, meaning within the brain. It's becoming an antagonizer for you. You're trying to justify all types. Some of y'all have relationships y'all was in that didn't work out, and you're like, yeah, scramble the mind up. Meaning, it's best you face your fears or accept. It's best you just accept your faults or your wrongdoings. Like I said, all it's about honor and being balanced, being fair with the self. When you lie to yourself, strange things occur with the mind. It's like an alchemy. Lie is like an alchemy with the self. The self is truth. Lie is like the opposite. But this can be brought into the self, creating, a chemistry on the mind, altering the perspective. Begin to start to justify anything you can for the self's sake. It makes the self feel like the self won, even though the self has lost. When I say I'm the wisest person on the planet and y'all say I have ego, y'all lost. It wouldn't matter. Y'all ain't smarter than me still. And y'all not even working to be. Because saying I have an ego is satisfying to you for some reason. You get it? It's like an accepting defeat. Y'all could easily just say, yeah, you are wiser than us. Now let's get to listening to whatever you saying so we can get wise ourselves. Weak mind games. The weak is always in competition or in fight with the self. Meaning y'all are already at odds with the self. And so me just merely coming to teach y'all, displaying, listen, I'm the wisest person. Y'all can clock and get some wisdom, just have a little balance. It becomes a competition or an attack, because this is how y'all seem to compete in attacking fashion. But it's because the self is already attacking the self. If somebody is already mad at themselves, you get my point? They're going to take that anger out on the kids that's near, the spouse, whoever. People don't deal with themselves, they deal with what's near. They'll put the self on someone else, because they're weak. So it's easy to do that. And so it's a deep thing. Try and grasp. You guys following? Does anyone have a disagreement? Y'all be scared to disagree, but y'all will disagree out of my presence. So you get it. Weak stuff. Nah, snap out of that. This is not. I have a lot of built up fears, things y'all have adopted from young. It has to do with y'all religions, things like this. It's like I say, lie is a deep thing. People think when they lie, when you lie to a person, the confusion you give to them has already happened to the self. In other instances, that will carry over or catch up to the instant that you're lying to someone else or confusing them. Get it? Meaning lie is a deep thing. Like I said, when a person becomes weak, the psychological games begin to happen. This is when lie, meaning if you can keep the self solid, you you losing at something or you not measuring up to someone in some area, there's nothing weak about it. It's just a matter of it. Some of y'all probably can beat me in basketball. I have no problem with saying that. I wouldn't care. I don't have to sit here and convince myself that I'm better than y'all at nothing that I ain't. You get it? Y'all convince yourselves y'all have to be wiser than me. You get it? Like that. Y'all live lie. And so in that, y'all perspective on everything becomes so entangled in y'all become stuck and just it's hard to explain, but it's a deep thing. Meaning a lot of y'all are suffering from this right now. But it's so many different things. It's not just one thing. Like you have one narcissistic person that you're dealing with and it's just this one thing. Y'all have many different layers and years of y'all kind of justifying when y'all meet defeat or don't measure up to a thing instead of just being true to self. You feel me? That's what happens. You don't be true to self and say, it's just what it is, what it is. There's nothing wrong with nothing. It just is what it is. The self begins to lie to the self. This person beat me, but look, they have ego. They're showboating. You get it? You begin to make winning look like a negative thing. Whoever else you can gather on and say, no, look, in that, let the tearing down begin. But in that, you won't get to enjoy winning when you finally do. Because the whole fun part of winning is the showboating. See, when you're competing with someone, they're usually telling you, like, I'm gonna win. You're a loser, and I'm better than you. You guys are having this competition verbally first. So, no, I'm gonna beat you. You're not shit. This happens with boxers, basketball players, anything you can think of, even debaters. Y'all watch them. They say, yeah, when you debate on Saturday, and bust your ass, nigga, watch. Like that. To actually do it, you get my point? Winning is showboating. Other than that, what is winning? What's the reward for winning? That part. Showboating. Competition is an egotistical thing. The only reward for it could be showboating. I'll say that again. Some of y'all think I'm a stupid little dumb kid. Competition in itself is an egotistical thing. For me to compete against you and for you to compete against me is stupid shit. We could both work together and do something great instead of waste time competing. But so egotistical minds will fall into whatever they do. Like that. If I beat you, what's the reward? That. To rub it in your fucking face. Because this is an egotistical thing. To rob a person of that is to rob them of the win. That part. This is what you call sport. You get it? Otherwise, a person won't keep losing. This is how you keep a person keep losing and accepting it. It's called sport. If in sport they let a person showboat, whoever lost wouldn't want to play again. They'd be completely defeated in whatever sport that is. Done with it. Like that. And so the games we play are exploited for money, and so they need you niggas to keep playing even if y'all do lose. It don't matter. If the Lakers lose, they need to be able to come back next year and lose again. There's big money in this, baby. No one cares if your feelings are hurt. What we can do is tell the other team not to showboat. Like pour champagne on themselves when they get in the dressing room. Now try to convince yourself this shit is not about showboating. You're lying to yourself. It's all about pretending. Pretend we ain't showboating. Like I said, it's a weak thing. Don't let yourself fall in the weak. If a nigga lose, you better enjoy your. If I lose, you better enjoy your showboating. So you won't hear me complaining about it. I lost. The more you showboat, the more I'm gonna come back and brush your ass next time. You get my point? And so you gotta use things to sharpen your sword, sharpen your own knife. Otherwise, y'all gonna have every excuse to be weak and everything. You get my point? If a person's stronger than you, all you gotta do is say they're a narcissist. But this don't help you to get strong. It just become a crutch for you to run. You get my point? This is what the system is made of. And so kind of grass. It's a deep thing. Hopefully y'all do. Now if y'all have any questions, ask. It's almost time for my dinner. And my medicine. It's my lighter. Right. Now I know some of you guys are stuck in your ways. Meaning you find yourself on the weaker end of things, whatever it may be. I think this is an attribute. Women are weaker in regards to men, so women naturally do this. Like, they use their weakness as the strength against the man. Like, so I'm trying to give y'all reference to see, like, this is a real thing I'm talking about. Like the psychological justification, but it's deeper than that. Like, it can be used as an attack. Like, it's the weak's way of attacking. They have their attributes as well. A lot of people have become victim to the weak, meaning the weak have attacked them and they have manipulated their way and played victim in their way to get away with it. The bully's not always the strong. Sometimes the bully is the weak. It may be a few of them. And you get it? Psychological games. Goes deep. R. Ramos said, can you explain gaslighting and its abuse by narcissists? Did you hear anything I explained in this video, or are you not listening? And please answer the question. Look at your question. Can you explain gaslighting, its abuse by a narcissist? And then you explain to me if you heard anything I said in this video, because some of y'all are done. Please don't take offense. And you're defeated. The mind is done. Peace and wisdom, brother. Can you hurry up and answer the question I asked you? I don't want to do stupid today. Did you hear anything I said in the video? It's yes or no. Or are you half stupid and retarded? I'm asking so I don't even waste my time with you. You could just type or whatever you do. And I know not to even waste my time responding to you. If your brain works, then answer the question so I know. I'm a female and I'm back. Tune in. Okay, I know when you speak to just ignore you. You're fucking stupid. I didn't ask you if you was a female, nothing. Simple thing. Salam, shalom. Hopefully the rest of y'all grasp. People gonna scramble their minds up in this way, like how you see, and I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm sorry. And so, if I just did a whole video explaining, psychological justifications, and the main topic of the discussion was narcissist and the ego, And then the person asks at the end of the video a question about narcissists after I answered. Get my point? Let our Ramos be an example of what I mean when you become so defeated and weak that you're done. Like, you're still seeking answers for make believe shit. What about gaslighting with narcissists? And what about this with narcissists? And what about you just weak? You know, and scrambled your mind up trying to find outside ways to justify that simple thing. Whoever abusing you, you weak as fuck. Ain't got nothing to do with narcissists. Narcissists, it ain't even real. It's some shit a weak motherfucker say to justify in their own mind that they weak. Meaning I'm explaining you to yourself. You weak as shit. You've made up these labels like gaslighting and narcissist to justify to your own self that you a fucking punk. The same person that bully and control you probably get bullied and controlled by someone else, and they yo ass in a situation justifying it to their own self that they ain't a punk, but that person is a narcissist. And there's somebody you treat like shit that you stronger than, and they do the same thing about your goofy ass. And that's unfiltered truth for your ass. And this is what most of y'all are suffering from. Lying to the self, trying to analyze things on the outer. He's a narcissist, he's this, you weak. If you dealt with that, you'd see that. Outside of that, y'all just scrambling y'all brain up. This person is a gaslighting narcissist, and this person is this and that. I bet if you wasn't a coward, wouldn't nobody be a narcissist over you. I bet you that. And so that's where whatever you talking about start with the self. I bet nobody won't have an ego to you if you measured up in whatever the thing is you crying about. I bet then you won't have nothing to say. And so that part, y'all better begin to start to identify y'all weakness. Because it's like with cancer. It starts spreading in the mind. Next thing you know, you lying to yourself, making up dumb shit. Trying to convince yourself and others that this thing is real and that thing is real. Next thing you know, you're going to really be seeing a therapist because you're really going to be crazy because you just don't want to face the realities of self. That you got small flaws that you need to develop the fuck up. That's what this life is about. Perfecting the self, developing the self up. You don't hit a weak spot and then start making fucking excuses for yourself. Oh, this person's a narcissist and this person's this and that. You just fucking weak. Anything better than you is there to make you better, and if you don't want to acknowledge that, then you're just fucking weak. And you accept it on yourself. And that you defeated. And so let the mind games begin. Let the self-inflicting oppression begin. Like I said, let's go back to slavery. Let's go back to now. Black people kill each other. They play stupid and say, no, cops is doing it. This people is doing it. Ain't nobody killing y'all more than y'all doing each other. And ain't nobody talking more shit about y'all than y'all self. And so whatever oppressions that black people have, it's a matter of that. They chop and kill each other and they oppress one another. And so they don't want to accept that. So they say other people do it. Meaning they try to point out any little minute stupidities or afflictions that happen against them, which is a result of them not working together and not bringing harm to one another. How somebody gonna hurt your brother if you holding him down and watching his back always? That part. Y'all don't work together, y'all pop off on each other, then y'all look for a way out by saying the system is oppressing us or this person is oppressing us. It's psychological justification games. That part. Next thing you know, y'all got whole jobs and whole agendas to end something that ain't even real. Oppressions. Black people got self-inflicting oppressions and nothing else. meaning y'all do dirt to one another and nobody else. And don't nobody else do much to black people because most don't deal with y'all. Because most people in their right state of mind don't want to deal with a motherfucker that'll blow his own brother head off. Why would you? If I was another race, why I want to deal with the race that shoot they own? Why? That's dumb. I know they're gonna shoot me. That part. Y'all don't want to deal with those truths. So then the psychological mind games begin. Solace hate his own. I'm telling y'all about how y'all hate yourselves. But let the psychological mind games begin. And this gonna keep y'all down and weak. And so black people still weak and still the lessers. Meaning they oppress themselves, they blame others, this give others a power that they never even had, and so in that, they fall under the shit they created. Mind games. Again, I shoot my own brother in the head, then I give you the credit for it. Now you the tough nigga in the neighborhood that shot my brother. Now your cousins think you tough and shit. Now they shooting my motherfucking cousins and shit. Cause I done made up this lie that you shot my brother and you're not even tough like that. Like that. That's how we at where we at. Y'all just strengthen the white race when y'all keep saying they oppressing us and they doing this and that. I had a white bum come up to me. He said, "Man, where's this white privilege at? Cause I've been looking for it." Told the nigga straight real. He stole it. Walked off. Pointed at my shoes. Cause this is the truth. Black people done stole. Black people crazy. Black people crafty. I tell you, the weak mind is a crafty mind. You gotta watch it. She says, so a 5-foot female that is being hit by a 6'9" husband, it's her fault. Again, love, you're weak. I don't want to play stupid mind games with you. I'm not here to play you pitiful games. If you got a problem with a nigga, you know how to get rid of a nigga and get away from a nigga. Why are you playing stupid games with yourself? If you getting your ass beat, it's because you want to get your ass beat. I don't have sympathy for you. You sitting here whining. That part. There's niggas like me and other kind of niggas that will take care of shit like that. I don't want to hear none of that whining. You want to get rid of the nigga? You beating you up? That part. You can tell, no, I love him, but I'm just saying. And so don't nobody deal with the weak around these parts. You handle your own weak affairs then. I bet you the nigga whooping your ass weak. That part. There you go. Just leave him. Y'all act, that's when I said a weak mind start to play stupid on itself. They like to try to drag other people in they dumb shit. A coward is a cancer. Y'all do not understand what I'm saying. A coward is a cancer. A coward will make all kind of fucking scenarios to where you lose your own fucking perspective. And so that's why I always say, man, if you fucking strange and cowardly, man, stay the fuck away from me. Because you're mind and manipulation games. I already know that's all y'all can do. They don't have strength. So if you a coward, you have to get strength. If it's easy for you to become defeated, well, just be aware that your mind gonna start playing games on itself, making excuses for itself. Once that happens, you're defeated and you're gonna be stuck there for quite some time. Meaning whoever whooping your ass gonna be whooping your ass for quite some time. They probably been whooping your ass for quite some time as I'm speaking. And the only reason for that is because you picked them and you won't do nothing about it. You've accepted whatever weak conditions you in. And so you're going to be there. The more you let somebody control over you, the more, like I said, you create your own, people create their own issues. Meaning, black people kill their own, then they say the white man did it, giving them the power to make it look like they really that powerful to just do us any old kind of way they want. So it's the same for you. Or a woman that let a man beat their ass. The first time he beat your ass, then you take him back, then you take him back. And every time You give a nigga more power and more power. You creating your own oppression that you not gonna be able to get out of because you keep justifying the shit to your own self. Nigga beat your ass, leave the first time, and that's that. The first time a nigga whoop you out, y'all probably ain't even tight like that to where you can't leave, but you accept it till it become again, and every time it become again and again, it's strengthening the force field. It's giving the person a certain authority. You get it? It's like signing the paperwork. You can, and so you got to be strong in this life. Simple. The more you let a person oppress over you, the more you're going to create that reality for yourself. Meaning if a person oppressing you is because you are allowing it. There is no oppressions. It's just weak people playing psychological games on themselves for their shortcomings, and then they stay there. This is why black people still where we at. Fighting each other acting stupid because y'all making a way to justify shit. Y'all making a way for greasy niggas to sell out and be weirdos. All I need is about 10 of y'all. We can be clean up. We clean up house, nigga. I know who ass and who ain't. I know all the mind games, blood. I done did everything. I got stab wounds in the heart back. Ain't nothing you niggas can do to me. That's gonna make me be like, oh, let me get out of here. That's why I tell y'all, therapy is fake. If it's not, I would have been lost my motherfucking mind. I wouldn't be here with a school y'all on shit. Y'all would have lost y'all mind if y'all been through half the shit I've been through. You gotta get strong. What don't kill you gonna make you strong. What don't make you lose your fucking mind gonna make you wise. It's simple. Brother said a bunch of heroin, baby. Y'all crazy, man. But hopefully y'all grasp. This video ain't about insulting y'all and beating y'all down. Y'all did already. I'm trying to tell y'all how y'all got there. Playing psychological games on y'allselves. This is something that the weak and defeated do. Get out that shit. You take your wells, you take whatever's whatever, you accept it with the self, you never lie to self. You put the work in on self. A nigga could beat my whole motherfucking ass, you know what I'ma do? Lick my wounds and get better. It ain't gonna happen again. Period. Like that. You make your fucking self better or you gonna be fucking defeated. Making stupid fucking excuses, scrambling your own brain up instead of just accepting the facts. Man, I'm falling short. I must be lacking. Let me get my shit together. Simple. If I'm way wiser than y'all, it's because y'all letting y'all minds lack. Get it together so you don't have to sit around making justifications for yourself. Talking about he got ego. Let's not support him. Then y'all be stuck with all the scam artist niggas. Then y'all don't get nowhere. Then y'all be stagnant. That part. You could have been did big things. That part. Y'all lost in mind games on y'allselves. Instead of y'all coming here to learn, y'all coming to analyze something that y'all can attack. Because y'all lost in ego games. You have to prove he got an ego and he ain't the wisest. That ain't gonna get you nothing. You still gonna be stupid or whatever you is right now after you do that. I'm grown, motherfucker. Ain't nothing fake about me. You wasting your time. You could come look me right in my face and tell me if you think I'm fake or anything I'm pumping fake. If you really believe that. That's how you know I'm real, motherfucker, cause you ain't. None of y'all. And so let's just get on with the learning and get on with the growing. Y'all like little kids making justifications for self. For niggas that y'all follow, that's finished. That's the realities of it. Y'all follow the finish. Y'all follow the weak. It's contagious. And so, if you don't like me, it's just because I'm the steel to sharpen your sword and you want to stay dull. And so, get it together. Big Woo said, it's only going to get worse the older I get. I don't get weaker. I'm just going to get stronger. When I turn 55, that's when my weight gonna start kicking in. I'm gonna look like how y'all be looking at 30. God, these will knock one of you niggas the fuck out crazy. That's when I become a grown up. That's when I get my grown up body. That's when y'all die. Like, that's when y'all get y'all old senior citizen body. Rushing through life. That part. So man die at 60 because he want to. Because he want to rush. I don't rush nothing. Relaxing. Getting wise. You know, look at self like that. Let the self settle. You get better with age if you do that. Don't lie to yourself so much. Fall into beliefs and things like you 6 years old dealing with Santa Claus still. So kind of grasp. Don't take offense. Big will say. If you want to give back, of course I believe in balance. Click the description. My links are there. I may come back later after I eat and explain to y'all what it is to be a wise servant. And if some of y'all want to be servants of nature, I'll send you your booklet so you can understand, the difference between worshiping a God, invisible God, and weird, strange rules, and worshiping the actions of nature. The actions of nature is the words of God. That's the law you follow. You gotta learn to identify the actions. So y'all have actions happening all around y'all. Y'all don't learn from that law. You get it? Those expressions, those actions of nature is the voice of God. This is the law you follow. So that's what I translate. So if you want to learn and know what, how to worship and things like that, then you get. Big O says, Salam, Shalom.